G'day everyone, Oz Art Creations here. I've started working on stage 2 of Mr. Dong's Collector. This is where he goes to China and he has to find Dong Wan. This is my character generator. I'm working on the graphics for the next level. At the moment these are just placeholders, and you can see that we have the collision detection. Very basic setup. I've set this up as object stage 2 Asian man. Just gonna give a big head here. Alright, let's change that. Alright, that can be our little Asian man. First thing I'm going to do is add a step event. This code is going to run every frame. When Mr. Dong's Collector gets within a certain distance, they are going to shuffle away from him. What I'm aiming for is Mr. Dong's Collector walking through a crowd of people and them dispersing around him. And we have to have some collision detection between each other as well. They have to see when Mr. Dong's Collector is coming and act accordingly without everyone getting stuck together. If our Asian man is within 70 pixels, we're going to have it do two things here. We're going to have it look at the player as he approaches. Let's drop our friend in here. Put a couple in. Aha, there we go. So as our protagonist approaches, I think those Asian man heads might be a bit big. I can't tell if that's a bearded man or an Asian man with eyes. Does that help? Not really. Now it looks like Dave Bautista. Alright, we'll roll with this. Okay, so now we have it at every step. It's drawing itself. Now we want to move towards the object player. There you go. So that's the code if you want something to follow you slowly. And what I've done is essentially made Mario ghosts. And they flip out when they get onto you because they don't know which way to go. Thusly, if we move it at -1, it'll be moving away from us. It's very inorganically moving away from me at great speed. And then they fly through the walls. That should stop it after I touch it. Yeah, that's better. Now it runs away from me perpetually. That's the effect we want. Now let's add a collision event. Now the way that I have set up my wall, it has a collision object that's apparent to all the objects that I want to be solid. Our Asian man collides with anything that is a child of that. It could be a barrel or a wall or the player himself. This will affect it. This collision code is written by Yo-Yo themselves. It's not that great. I'll put this code down into the description of this video. All the code will be down there. What it's doing is checking to see whether you are colliding with anything that is solid, and if you are, it checks to see whether you were colliding with it previously, and if you weren't colliding with it previously, it jumps back to the X and Y position where you weren't in collision. It's kind of a roundabout way of saying you're hitting something and bouncing back to a point on the map where you weren't hitting them. It's hitting the wall and it is moving back. You're kind of getting stuck on the wall and they're not interacting with each other either. Should recognize itself as a collision object. Here you go. And now we have to fix it sticking. It's a little bit tricky because you don't want to reference yourself. So I used a collision circle because you get to do a not me on there. This is a staggered if statement. Now the coding says if our Asian man is within 70 pixels of the player, it's gonna look at him and run away. Also, if a circle around the Asian man of 70 frames is interacted with by any object or objects, run away. It's still looking at the object player and it's running away from the object player. It's like I'm using the force on those ones back there. Alright, that's nearly what we want. I need to adjust. I need to play with these figures. Let's try that. A smaller collision circle, see what happens with that. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a little bit funky, but it works. It's kind of cool because they kind of have a little bit of AI just because they're having multiple collisions, so they don't know quite which one to do. It's pretty effective. It's pretty close to what I want. A little bit of stick, a little bit sticky there. It's doing some wild funky shit up there. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good.
Let's play Mr. Dongs Collector. How many dongs can you find? I bet you can find all of the dongs. I have faith in you. There is a much adventure.
Help Mr. Dongs find priceless phallic objects of antiquity, starting with the jungles of Peru. Stage 1 is fully complete and ready for purchase. With over 23 levels of adventure. By the game end it is yours forever.
Why are you not buying and playing it now?